too. We all know how the holidays pose a real threat for people who are trying to watch their weight, and it can be especially difficult for kids. For some insight, I sat down with Dr. Stephen Pont this week from the Texas Center for the Prevention and Treatment of Childhood Obesity. Okay, obviously the holidays can be a tricky time when you're talking about watching your diet and gaining weight, staying active. What are your tips for people over the holidays?
Well, I think first and foremost, it's a great opportunity. We all think about starting a New Year's resolution, so why not start that now during Christmas time or Hanukkah? We all tend to have a few days off, so it's a great time to try out some new things.
What's an easy way, do you feel like, to kind of watch your diet over the holidays?
I think planning ahead is the best thing to do. So really just thinking about different things we can do to prepare for those holiday parties, and then at home as well. You know, what we put out at our home is really going to be what we eat. So thinking about maybe putting out some more healthy items, and then we're more inclined to eat those, as will our children.
Which we have right here. An example, you have some Granny Smith apples and some nuts. How are those, more beneficial, I guess, than the traditional sweets?
Well, the apple has so many more nutrients than your piece of candy, which is just pure sugar. It has vitamins, has fiber, it fills you up, and you get to eat a whole lot more for that same number of calories. The nuts are another great, super high nutrient-dense food, and if you buy the ones with the shell on there, assuming that your child doesn't have any nut allergies, then that really slows down your pace of eating, and kids really love cracking and breaking things, and the nut shells are a great way to do that.
And that's another thing, you want people to be active, not just, with running and jogging traditionally, but, some more simple exercises.
It's just about starting where you are and seeing where we can build from that. So if you're not doing anything active right now, when you have a few days off, that's a great time to maybe try a walk in the morning or in the evening time. Doing that as a family is a great way where you can start those conversations with your kids, and depending on their age, if you start that when they're young, when they hit those crazy teenage years, you'll have those open lines of communication that can be so helpful.
And these are tips not just for kids. I know that is your area of specialty, but for adults as well, right?
Absolutely. So we know that the kids are going to follow what the adults do. Even when they don't tell us that they're listening to us, they still are looking and watching. And so things that we can do together as a family, they're going to be much more likely for them to do that themselves as well.
And your advice also is to maybe find a partner, find someone else who has similar interests as you when you go to these parties and activities.
Absolutely, and your partner could be someone in your family, or it can be a friend. If y'all are all trying to get a little bit healthier, having that accountability partner will help you on the days when your motivation's a little bit lower, and the same thing that you can do for them when they're feeling that way.
Or if you're going to a potluck party, maybe bring a more nutritional dish, right?
Sure, there's lots of great healthy recipes out there, so why not try one? Or maybe you already know one and bring that there. There are going to be other people who can enjoy that too. And when you do get to the party, there's many things you can try as well. Try getting a smaller plate so you have to go back more often, and you can pace yourselves, because our stomach really is on this delayed timer with our brain telling us that we're full. So things that we can do to pace ourselves help us to know when we're comfortable and not stuffed, and then we kind of regret it afterwards.
Whenever you're baking the cookies and the brownies and the pies, obviously it's hard to resist. How much is okay, and when is it time to cut yourself off?
Sure, and so everything is for the most part fine in moderation. We don't want to encourage any diets that are very restrictive or prevent people from having things, and kids are the same way, because if we try and restrict it, it increases the craving. So it's just about pacing yourself and having a fair-sized portion, but then also starting with the healthier things first. So start with the vegetables and the salads first, try and drink more water and fill yourself up. Don't go to a party super hungry. Try and have a healthy meal beforehand. And if you know you really want to indulge at a party, maybe try and be a little extra healthy a couple days before and a couple days after.
Some simple tips to get you through the holidays in a nutritional way. Have some items out like the apples and nuts, and plan ahead when you're headed to those parties. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.